Picture this. You've got your degree, you're pumped to start your career, but every job posting wants 3 to 5 years of experience. Like, hold up, how am I supposed to have experience when I just graduated? Or maybe you're in a job, but your ideas are getting ignored because you're the new kid. Sound familiar? These are the career challenges for young professionals I hear about all the time. And trust me, you're not alone. I recently had a coffee chat with a friend, let's call her Sarah, who graduated 2 years ago. She's super smart, full of ideas, but she's stuck. She said, "Andy, I keep applying to jobs, but they all want experience I don't have. And at my current gig, my boss barely listens to me. What do I do?" Her frustration hit me hard, because it's the same story I hear from so many of you. Here's the deal. These problems are like knots in a rope. They're messy, they're annoying, but they're not impossible to untie. Today, we're going to talk about how to find job opportunities for recent graduates, even when the market's tough. We'll cover entry-level jobs for college grads, startup jobs for recent grads, and even no-experience job opportunities. Plus, I'll share career tips for recent graduates to help you stand out and get your voice heard. Ready? Let's dive in. Yo, what's good, ThriveBit fam? I'm Andy, your host, and welcome to another episode of ThriveBit by Andy, the podcast where we dive into the real stuff, business hacks, personal growth, and the motivation you need to level up your life. If you're a recent grad staring at a tough job market, wondering how to land those job opportunities for recent graduates, you're in the right place. Today, we're tackling the big question. How do you find a job when it feels like every door is locked? Spoiler alert, it's not as impossible as it seems, even in a tough market. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and let's get ready to crush it together. You're not just listening to a podcast, you're investing in your future. Why do job opportunities feel so elusive? So why does it feel like job opportunities for recent graduates are harder to find than a parking spot in downtown LA? Let's break it down. First off, the job market in 2025 is no joke. Companies are pickier because of economic ups and downs, hiring freezes, budget cuts, you name it. A report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics says the unemployment rate for 20 to 24-year-olds is hovering around 7%, higher than the overall average. That's rough, especially when you're competing with thousands of other grads for the same entry-level jobs for college grads. Then there's the experience trap. You see a job posting for a marketing assistant. Perfect, right? But then it says, must have 2 years of experience. Excuse me, I was busy writing essays and pulling all-nighters for finals. This is what Sarah was dealing with, and it's a classic problem. Employers want ready-made pros. But how do you become a pro without a chance to start? And let's not forget the workplace vibe. If you're in a job, you might feel like your ideas don't matter. Sarah told me she pitched a new social media strategy at her company, but her boss brushed it off, saying, "Let's stick to what works." Ouch. That's a common issue for young professionals, feeling like you're just a cog in the machine, not a game changer. But here's the thing. These challenges aren't dead ends. They're questions waiting for answers. Like, how do you find no-experience job opportunities? How do you get your ideas heard? These are the knots we're gonna untie today, so stick with me. Are you asking the right questions? Now let's get real for a sec. When Sarah poured her heart out about her job struggles, I could have just given her a list of job search strategies for new graduates. But instead, I asked her something she didn't expect. Sarah, you've got these questions about your career. Have you tried answering them yourself? She looked at me like I'd just asked her to solve world hunger. But hear me out. This is a game changer. Life is full of questions, right? Big ones, small ones, annoying ones. And when it comes to your career, those questions, like, How do I find job opportunities for recent graduates? Or why don't people take me seriously at work? Are your roadmap. The problem is, a lot of us stop at asking the question. We see the knot in the rope, but we don't try to untie it. Why? Because thinking is hard. Like really hard. Your brain burns more energy solving problems than it does scrolling TikTok for an hour. But here's the truth. If you want to grow, you've got to do the work of answering your own questions. Think about it like this. Your career is a puzzle, and each question is a piece. If you leave those pieces scattered, you'll never see the full picture. But if you start putting them together, even slowly, you'll build something amazing. So, let's start answering some of those big career questions with practical career tips for recent graduates. How do you find jobs with no experience? All right, let's tackle the biggest knot first. How do you find job opportunities for recent graduates when every job wants experience you don't have? This is the no experience job opportunities dilemma, and it's frustrating as hell. But don't worry, I've got some job search strategies for new graduates that actually work. Hack number 1. Look for entry-level jobs or internships. Not every job requires a decade of experience. Start with entry-level jobs for college grads or internships for recent graduates. These are your foot in the door. Sites like Indeed or LinkedIn have filters for entry-level or 0-1 years of experience. For example, roles like customer service rep, administrative assistant, or social media coordinator often don't need a ton of experience. And don't sleep on internships for recent graduates. They're not just for students. Companies like Google and Deloitte offer post-grad internships that can lead to full-time gigs. Sarah tried this. She applied to an entry-level job for college grads at a small marketing firm. The pay wasn't amazing, but it gave her a chance to learn, network, and build her resume. Within a year, she had enough experience to apply for her dream role at a bigger company. See? It's about starting small and stacking wins. Hack number 2, explore startup jobs. If you're feeling adventurous, check out startup jobs for recent grads. Startups are awesome because they're less hung up on experience and more focused on passion and hustle. Plus, they're perfect if you're thinking about entrepreneurship opportunities for young adults down the line. Platforms like AngelList or Built-in List start up roles in cities like Austin, San Francisco, or even remote. You might start as a growth hacker or operations associate, fancy titles for do a bit of everything. These roles teach you skills you can't learn in a classroom, like problem solving and adaptability. Hack number 3, freelance or gig work. Another way to dodge the experience trap is freelance opportunities for recent grads. Sites like Upwork or Fiverr let you offer skills like writing, graphic design, or social media management. Even if you're not an expert, you can start small. Write blog posts for $20 a pop, design a logo for $50. These gigs build your portfolio and give you real-world experience to put on your resume. Plus, freelancing can be a stepping stone to entrepreneurship opportunities for young adults if you want to start your own thing later. Hack number 4. Network like your life depends on it. Here's a hard truth. 70% of jobs are never posted online. They're filled through connections. That's why networking tips for new grads are clutch. Start with your college alumni network. Most schools have LinkedIn groups or career centers. Reach out to alums in your field and ask for a quick coffee chat. Virtual works too. Don't beg for a job, just ask for advice. You'd be surprised how many people love helping new grads. Also, attend industry events or webinars. Check Eventbrite for free ones. Sarah landed her first gig because a professor connected her with a startup founder. Your network is your net worth, fam. Why don't people listen to my ideas at work? Okay, let's switch gears to another common knot. You're in a job, but your ideas are getting ignored. This is a big one for young professionals, and it can make you feel like you're shouting into the void. So how do you get your voice heard and make an impact? Here are some professional development for new grads tips to turn that around. Tip number 1, understand your boss's style. Not everyone communicates the same way. Some bosses love bold ideas in meetings, others want a detailed email first. Observe how your team shares ideas. Does your boss respond better to data-driven pitches or casual chats? Sarah figured out her boss liked written proposals, so she started emailing her ideas before meetings. Guess what? He started listening. It's like learning the cheat code for your workplace. Tip number 2, build allies. If your boss isn't hearing you, find a teammate who is. Look for someone your boss trusts, maybe a senior colleague or a coworker who's been there longer. Share your idea with them first, get their feedback, and ask them to back you up in a meeting. Sarah did this with a coworker who'd been at her company for 5 years. He loved her social media idea and pitched it to the boss with her. Boom. Suddenly, it was a great idea. Sometimes you need a wingman to amplify your voice. Tip number 3, prove yourself with small wins. If you're new, people might not trust your big ideas yet. That's okay. Start small. Nail your daily tasks, meet deadlines, and show you're reliable. Once you've got some cred, people will take your ideas more seriously. It's like leveling up in a video game. You gotta grind before you unlock the big moves. Tip number 4, know when to move on. If your workplace is toxic and nobody's listening, it might be time to bounce. Look for a company that values career starters for young professionals, maybe a startup or a team with a younger vibe. Use the job search strategies for new graduates we talked about earlier to find a better fit. Your ideas deserve to be heard, so don't settle for a place that shuts you down. How do you stay motivated in a tough market? All right, let's wrap this up with some motivational career tips for grads. Finding job opportunities for recent graduates isn't easy, and it can wear you down. Rejections pile up, your inbox stays silent, and it's tempting to just give up. So, how do you keep pushing forward? Mindset hack number 1. Treat rejections as data. Every no is a chance to learn. Didn't get that job? Ask for feedback. Maybe your resume needs work. Check out resume tips for recent graduates online, like using action verbs or tailoring it to each job. Sarah got rejected from 20 jobs before she realized her resume was too generic. She revamped it, and bam, 3 interviews in a week. Rejections aren't personal. They're just part of the game. Mindset hack number 2, build success habits. Big wins start with small habits. Set aside 30 minutes a day to apply for jobs, update your LinkedIn, or learn a new skill like Excel or Canva. Free tutorials are everywhere. These success habits for young professionals add up. Sarah started spending an hour every Sunday prepping her applications, and it made her feel in control even when the market was tough. Mindset hack number 3, lean on your squad. You don't have to do this alone. Talk to friends, mentors, or even online communities like Reddit's r/career advice. Sharing your struggles makes them feel less heavy. Sarah joined a local young professionals group and found a mentor who helped her navigate the job market for young adults. Your squad can hype you up and open doors you didn't even know existed. Mindset hack number 4, keep your why in sight. Why are you chasing these job opportunities for recent graduates? Is it to pay off student loans, save for a dream trip, or build a business one day? Write down your why and stick it somewhere you'll see it daily. When things get tough, that why will keep you going. For Sarah, it was proving to herself she could make it on her own. What's your why? All right, ThriveBit fam, let's bring it home. Finding job opportunities for recent graduates in a tough market isn't easy, but it's not impossible. You've got the tools now. Look for entry-level jobs for college grads. Explore startup jobs for recent grads. Try freelance opportunities for recent grads, and network like crazy. If your ideas aren't being heard at work, learn your boss's style, build allies, and prove yourself with small wins. And most importantly, keep answering your own questions, those knots in your career rope. You've got the power to untie them. Here's my challenge for you. This week, take one action to move your career forward. Apply to one job, send one networking email, or tweak your resume with those resume tips for recent graduates. Small steps lead to big wins. You're not just a recent grad, you're a future leader, entrepreneur, game changer. So go out there and crush it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you loved this episode, drop a like, share it with a friend who's job hunting, and subscribe for more career advice for Gen Z and motivational career tips for grads. Let me know in the comments, what's the biggest career knot you're trying to untie right now? I'm reading every single one. Until next time, stay strong, stay smart, and keep thriving. ThriveBit fam. Peace out.